Once you shift the way you think about money, every part of your financial life, from budgeting to investing, suddenly starts to make more sense. And for more, we're joined by Kylie Sultana from the Money Brew. Kylie, it's so great to have you on the program. Why does truly understanding how money works form the foundation of every major financial decision?
Well, let me tell you that most people don't have a money problem, they have an understanding problem. And a lot of people don't measure their money, so you can't improve what you don't measure. So financial clarity creates confidence, and confidence leads to better decisions.
Great, I love that. Nice, simple, and distinct.
Yes.
How does mindset shape the way people spend, save, and invest as well?
Yes, very interesting. Great question. So our money habits often come from what we saw growing up. And our mindset actually determines our behavior, not our income. So changing that story and getting in touch with that and acknowledging things that you might have learnt in childhood and what you saw and heard around you can help change those results.
And why is it possible to start building wealth long before you feel wealthy? I'd like your thoughts on this.
Okay, so I think we need to redefine what the definition of wealth actually is. I mean, I know growing up as a child, I thought wealth was having a home on the harbour, but is that actually what you want? So I think we need to look at what wealth actually means to us and not what it means to the next person.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, don't compare yourself to others, just find your own wealthiness in yourself.
Absolutely.
What does financial success really look like in today's world? You kind of touched on it a little bit there in terms of what's our perspective of wealth, but how about that?
So, money is a part of financial success, but control is actually the real goal that we want. So success could mean things like choices, options, and peace of mind. So the same as looking at redefining what wealth means to us, maybe we need to redefine what success means to us as well. So for me personally, success is I can take the day off from our business and go and spend it with our adult children. So what sort of things, do you want? And, financial well-being is freedom, not just figures.
Yes, I've kind of heard this recently. Wealth and health, kind of combine those two things together.
Absolutely.
How can mindset help shift this sort of transition into practical steps for everyday Australians when it comes to wealth as well?
Gosh, another great question, Nathan. A big thing and something that I really focus on with clients is that, especially now with the cost of living, in the news we see a lot of doom and gloom and things you can't afford. So therefore that puts that thought into our mind, and we need to try and remove that. And the same as looking at what success and wealth means to you. If you can reframe that, then that's going to in turn change your mindset. You'll be able to look at things clearer. And when you look at things clearer and you are more positive with your mind, and with the things that you think and the way that you speak to yourself in particular, then that can then shift everything, and that can include your money and thoughtful spending as well. We've got the Black Friday sales coming up, so stay away from all of that if you know you're tempted. So just try and move those little things just to try and improve little things, because little things will compound and turn into bigger things.
I like that you touched on the Black Friday sales. I was actually just going to ask you about that. So obviously we've got Christmas coming up as well. Any thoughts, advice, tips for people in terms of their finances for the big summer holiday spending?
Yes, I absolutely do have some tips. So as a recovering shopaholic myself, I do have a penchant for shoes. It is really hard to stay away from those bright, shiny things. So my advice, if you know that you're a spender and a bit of a shopaholic like I have been, stay away from them, or make a list. If there are some things that you actually need, so want and need are two separate things. So you need to determine what you want and what you need. If you need something, shop around for the best deal and buy it. If you don't need it, you just want it, then it's something that you don't need to be buying now if you are moving for longer term financial goals. Also, unsubscribe to everything. We're getting text messages, emails, we're getting all these kind of notifications. Turn everything off. If it's not there and you can't see it, then you can't spend the money, right?
That is so true. Yeah, goodness me. Especially at Black Friday time, every single time I open up my email, there's probably like 5 or 6 new emails about hit new sales. So I think that's fantastic advice from you. Now, Kylie, finally, if people want to get in touch with the Money Brew, how can you also help people out with their financial path as well? Would love your thoughts there.
Yeah, so you can come and follow me over on socials at kylie.themoneybrew, or you can email us at hello@themoneybrew.com.au. We have Facebook, we're all over socials. Facebook, I'm not on TikTok, but I am on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a YouTube channel, and I'll be launching a podcast in the new year.
Very exciting. Well, wishing you all the best with that, Kylie. Thank you so much for your insights, your thoughts today, breaking it all down. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me, Nathan. Appreciate it.